I don't think that it is undignifying for me to like someone and be with someone or approach them. If anything, I think it empowers me. And by the way, this is not me advocating for women to approach men. Your eyes will peel.
Anyhow you want. Are you smiling with man?
No. Oh, it's my friends. My friends are the ones that make me happy and make me laugh like that.
So men don't make you smile?
They do. I like men.
You like men me.
But most times it's women that also make me smile and make me happy like this.
And men made you sad in the past?
100%. One is even making me sad at the moment.
I thought you were not intentionally dating.
Because I always have men to date.
Oh, that's what...
Catch up. That's what I was saying. I was saying that for me, I realized that I've never been one of those people that had to actively...
Oh, I think I get more now.
Oh, okay. Now you get it. Because for some reason... Okay. But then I was not saying that kind of begs the option of you picking what is available and not what you want. Mm-hmm. Because now that I'm more intentional about, being dating, I'm choosing the kind of men that I want to date. So I'm going on dates and...
Yeah, so I think that's what the difference... Okay, go on.
Yes. So like I'm going on dates and I'm meeting them, I'm talking to them, I'm thinking, nah, I'm not the right person for you. And I can say that and I can move on. Mm-hmm. However, when you're not that way about it, the people around you, I'm not saying that I've picked every Tom, Dick and Harry to date in the past, right? But I kind of limit your options. Because it's the people around you, the ones that are flocking around you, that you then choose from. Does that make sense?
But have you ever... Okay, but it does make sense, but you're still not actually intentionally doing anything.
I know.
So that's why...
I'm going on dates now.
It's still the same, because if you're going on dates now, it means it's still the men that are approaching you that you are still picking from.
Yes, but I'm also one of those men. 100%. Hey, baby girl. 100%.
Oh, okay, fair. So then, when did you start approaching men? Have you always approached men?
I don't think I've always approached men. The last person that I was seriously involved with, I was the one that shot my shots. Okay. As a person. Like, I liked him. I had a crush on him. And shot my shot. I saw him on Instagram.
Crazy.
And he turned me down at the time because he had a girlfriend. And then apparently when he stopped having a girlfriend, he reached out. But I didn't clock it that old. My mind is very funny in a way. So one of the things that I do, especially... Have you started?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. One of the things that I do when it comes to men and dating is that very quickly on, I categorize you.
Okay.
So when I meet people, I make a decision like, okay, this one, I like him. I want to be with him. This one, I just want to sleep with him. This one, it's just going to be my friend. Also, let me just say that I'm a child of God. I don't believe in fornication, even though I fornicate. Okay. But like I do that, like I categorize people. And so that kind of helps with I think that's the most intentionality that goes into dating that I do. Okay. So with him, like the last person, the moment he said, oh, he had a girlfriend, the whatever just went through my head. Okay. And so I kind of placed him in friends. And that was it. But then we started talking at some point, and from talking, started talking in the talking stage that lasted a very long time, longer than it should have. And yeah, I do shoot my shot at men. I've not only done it once, actually.
That's very believable.
No, thank you.
It tracks.
Yeah, it tracks. Because if I see you and I like you, I'll let you know. Most times you like me back. Okay. There's never been one that hasn't liked me back. Okay. But there's been one that interacted with me and said he doesn't want to interact with me anymore. I know. Let me just say something. Being a fine girl, and I was saying this to my friend the other day. Yeah. Like, again, I don't apologize for being a fine girl. I really, really believe in my source. But forgive me if I sound conceited. But there's one thing I've always had, which is the attention. Like, people always like me and want me. They might not act right. They might not know what to do with me when they finally have my attention. Or they might take the fucking piss. I've never experienced is someone not wanting me.
God,
so let me say that it's been the most humbling experience of my life. The one I said now, someone that interacted with me and said that it's not, it doesn't want me anymore in the capacity that we were in. It's been the most humbling experience of my life, and it made me obsessed. Like, I've never obsessed over someone before, and I'm obsessing over this person. And it's been almost 2 or 3 years.
Hey!
I know. And today is the person's birthday, apparently. Yeah, that's part of my obsession.
The fact that you know.
Well, it's because my silly friend has started giving me updates about the person.
Why?
Just to feed my obsession.
This is very unfortunate for you, though.
I know.
Who was the first guy you ever think, or you remember, like, moving to?
Ever moving to?
Well, how old were you?
Oh, it was this last person I was not in anything with.
What's this?
Sorry. It was the last person I dated. It was the last person I had a relationship with. And this was in 2020. Was it 2020 or 2019? How old was I? Now I'm clocking 28 in a couple of days, a couple of months. I can't believe it. How old was I in 20? I clocked 23 in 2020, so I was 22.
Okay, that's actually way older than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't used to move to boys when I was younger. Yeah, I was in law school.
Okay. That's still way older than I thought.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, yeah, I don't think I would have minded making a first move ever. But again, I've never been in a situation where I had to make the first move.
I get what you mean.
To someone. But if I had met anyone and I thought I want this person, I would have.
Fair.
Yeah, I've always been like, go for what you want. What's the worst that will happen? They'll say no.
But why do you think that is, though? Because, I ask because, like, I mean, you know where we are from. It's just, for lack of a better word, supposedly undignified to be the one. I mean, I think some of it comes from the fear of rejection as well. But just generally, it is also undignified to be like the girl that goes and moves to a guy.
Yeah.
So why do you think that you don't mind?
I said this to you earlier. I think that since I was way younger, my early teens, I didn't subscribe to what society believed a good person or a good girl was. And I think that shapes your opinion of yourself and how you interact with the world. I don't think that it is undignifying for me to like someone and be with someone or approach them. I don't think that, if anything, I think it empowers me. And I see it in the way that women have been groomed to be chosen. So when you have men constantly approaching you, and by the way, this is not me advocating for women to approach men. Your eyes will peel. But I don't see it as a problem. Like, if I like something, and this is how I see it, for every other thing that you have in your life, right? For the job or the career that you have, for the kind of friends that you have, for the apartment or the things that you have in your life, you go out for it. Like, you work for it. Like, you pursue it to an extent. So the man that you will now have in your life forever, supposedly, I don't think that you should. Again, I'm not advocating for you to be the one to constantly always make the first move. But I feel like if you see someone and you like them, you shouldn't be shy to say, maybe shy is not the word. I don't think you should stop yourself, because I don't see the lack of dignity in it. Like, wanting someone or something and going for it, that shows strength, in my own opinion. It shows bravery, it shows courage. And a lot of things that we believe or that they believe, where we come from, where we grew up from, as undignifying, are actually not. I think the culture where Yorubas, like, we ascribe a lot of value to respect and love and family. And one thing that I know in my environment and in my society is that we've attached a lot of shame to things that have to do with women, the girl child. that doesn't belong with the girl child, that doesn't belong to the women. And that's kind of where it stems from as well. Like, you don't want her to put herself out there because you've told her that the man makes the first move, or the man is the one that chooses you. And so when she's doing the opposite of that, she feels ashamed. Like, she feels like I'm doing something wrong. And it is not. Like, obviously, not everyone that approaches you, you will say yes to. And that's where the illusion of options or illusion of choice. Actually, let me not say illusion. You don't have a choice. You don't have to say yes to anyone that approaches you. But you have a better chance if you're the one doing the approaching. Because you know what you're going for. At least what it looks like. Do you get what I mean? But you're making me sound like someone that is encouraging people to approach men.
No,
That's not what it is.
Actually, I'm just actively listening. Like I said, I think that you're going to say something.
I just want to say that I don't see it as less dignifying or shameful if you shoot your shots at someone. What's the worst that will happen? They'll say no, and you move on.
I mean, I don't see it as less dignifying either,
Yeah.
to be fair. I was just asking. So I even think that the time, I don't know if people see it as undignifying as well. I think it was for lack of a better word, to be fair.
No, but they do see it as undignifying.
I think so.
Because, no, 100%. I will probably also, like, there was still a tweet about it the other day about the guy will say, oh, Shabina, you ask me out.
I remember, like literally,
Yeah.
I remember that there was a year I was watching BBN. It was this year where V and Neo were in the house. And so V. She had made the first move at Neo to Neo, whatever the word is. And I mean, I didn't even know that. And so I saw that it would go to the boys and they'd be like, now she they I'm just like, that's so irritating. What is this that you're... Especially because you are also now with this person. Like, it's not like you said no to them.
Exactly.
You accepted. Yeah. So what is this thing?
Again, the act itself is not what is wrong. It's people's interpretation and what they've attached to it, right? We know, like, which is what I was about to say. I'm not asking you to move to men. I will say it again and again and again. This is not an advocacy for women moving to men. It is just separate the reason why it's become a thing is because of how the other person would then receive it and perceive it. And I don't think that you have any control over that. Like, men will say, oh yeah, but you were the one who wanted me. Like, you've heard that. We've seen tweets. Like, people will say that to you. So you have to wait. One, are you moving this kind of person that will say that if anything happens, if things go south? And are you happy to hear that as well? Because there could always be that option.
Yeah.
So don't move to men. However, I've moved to someone before. I'm serious. I shot my shot, and me and the person had a very on and off relationship, and we're good friends. But yeah. But I feel like right now, if I see someone that I liked, I will DM them or send them a message and pick it up if they if they're feeling me. I think I 100%. I mean, I wouldn't stop myself from making the first move on someone or anything that I want in my life right now. I wouldn't stop myself from making the first move based off on whatever.
But did you DM this guy though? Was that how you moved to the guy?
Yes, it was on Instagram.
Is it the guy that said he had a girlfriend at first?
Yes.
So when he came back and he was moving to you, where was it difficult for you to read between the lines?
I forgot that. No, not like I forgot. I had cut again. I liked him. I had a crush on him. He said he wasn't. He said, "Oh, I have a girlfriend," but like the conversation was very nice. It was like, "Oh, I have a girlfriend," and I'm like, "Oh, fair enough." I'm like, "Okay, just gonna be a fan, right?" And from there, once in a while, if I post a picture, he would comment. Nothing less comments, just friendly banter. We had that for a while. And so when sometime later on that he was like, "Oh, how are you? You know, drop your number, let's have a call." I remember we had like a 1 hour phone call or more than 1 hour. And we were just catching up and talking. And this was the first time we would talk. And we got off the phone and that was it for me. And then we kept texting and I was like, oh, we should see, we should celebrate. I think different things had happened in between. I think my birthday had come. I think it was even on my birthday that I later clicked because I took a picture with my brother. And then it was like, oh, who's the man beside me that he wants to take the man out?
Okay.
And I thought he meant he wanted to ask him out. I know, like sometimes my head, I don't, because in my head, you have a girlfriend. So all of our conversations from that point in time, I viewed from a friendship banter point of view. So my birthday was in July and it was like, oh, we should see. But again, I wasn't very inclined. Like there was no ginger. And then I think like later on in October, I was like, oh, fam, like I've been saying for us to see. And I was like, okay. And then we set up a date to see. And I remember even when I was going on that date, I didn't still think it was a date. Because I didn't dress up. And Tosin was like,
wait, you've told, like, I know this person, like, I think you should make an effort.
And I'm like, okay. I said, wait, dress. And that was it. And it was on the date that I realized it was a date. Like, oh. And I think, I think that day was very funny. Our date was cut short because my uncle got into an accident. And so he had to go drop me because I had to go home.
Was this in Nigeria?
Yeah, this was way back in Nigeria. And then I think obviously towards the end, I now realized it was a date, right? So I was like, oh, like, are you still dating? Like, do you still have a girlfriend? And I was like, no. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he was like, do you think I did? I was like, to be honest, I'm just realizing now that you no longer have a girlfriend. And yeah, and I think at the end I was like, can I kiss you?
Okay.
Yes, I'm the kind of person that would say that.
Yes.
Yes.
It tracks. It kills me because it actually tracks. Fair enough.
So, and said yes, and we kissed, and obviously that made it a date. So,
wait, was it after you found out your uncle was in an accident?
Yes. And let me not lie to you. I think it was because I found out my uncle was in an accident that I said I can't be kissed.
Why though?
Because you know me, so you know that I've had a fair share of tragedies in my life. And so when they called me and they said my uncle had gotten in an accident, there's this thing that I do. I prepare for the worst and hope for the best. I thought to myself that anything could happen. If my uncle had died, my life was about to be very sad for the next couple of days or months even. So I might as well get a kissing now, because who knows when next. Yeah, I genuinely, that was my thought.
But was he fine?
Yeah, it was very fine. Yeah, I know, my uncle was fine eventually. But in that moment, it didn't seem like it was fine. But yeah, because I was like, yeah, my thought was, if God forbid something terrible had happened, I'm not talking to any man or going out to see any man or getting any action anytime soon. So
any action is crazy.
That's what I thought.
That's a crazy way to put it.
That's what I thought, and so that was it.
But how do you do your categorization though? So you said that when men come, you literally like, oh, I want to sleep with you, or you am now, or you are my friend.
Yes, you know my pastors might watch this.
Maybe you should not say it.
Go on.
You should say they probably know.
I know they do. I think with me, I'm a very open book. I'm a very open book. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Sometimes in a lot of cases, I maybe lack boundaries, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
I'm realizing that. But life is tough. Like, I just live as I see fit, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'm not one to shy away from talking about things or lie about the situation of things. So yeah, my pastors know, at least like the ones that I'm close with. They know about my faith journey. They know the things that I struggle with. And yeah. Okay. But again, I'm not promoting fornication. Jesus doesn't want you to fornicate. However, do I sometimes fornicate? Yes.
Maybe more than sometimes. I don't know.
Let's leave it at sometimes. So how do I do my categorization? There is people that I like that might want to be romantically or emotionally involved with. There are people that is just most likely sexual for me, and there are people that would most likely just be friends.
But do you know immediately? Like, is it a conscious thing or is like unconsciously you just gauge everything and you're like, yeah, friends?
I think from our interactions, like from the first interaction that I have with people, I kind of know that okay, and maybe how I feel about them. For most people, yeah, I know if I want to like you. Does that make sense?
Like I will know. Like them.
Yes.
Not even if, not
no,
even
no.
if you
100% you know whether you like them or not.
Yeah.
If there's an element of likeness. A lot of times I don't pursue every hint of likeness that I feel or that I like. So sometimes I'm like, okay, me and this person will get along like emotionally and maybe have a relationship. And sometimes I'm like, what I feel for this person is pure lust, if I'm being honest. Or maybe I like them or don't like them enough, but there's something about them that makes my biological
oh my god
parts react. So there's that. Okay. And there's the I don't think I like this person, but they're good this person is good. They could be my friend. So yeah, I kind of do that.
Have people ever moved through?
100%. People always try to move through.
But do they ever succeed though? Have people actually, like, have you ever thought, oh, just friends, and then they move to, okay, I want to have sex with you, or I want to have sex with you, or it just moves to, and it moves to actually like you enough to.
Do they try to move? Yes. Have they been successful?
No.
Let me think about it. I don't think so.
Has it ever, wow, Yoruba, has it ever happened organically though? Like someone just moves, it doesn't feel like it's just, maybe for you meet them and you're like, oh, we're going to be good friends. And then you keep interacting with them and you're like, oh, maybe we might be able to date.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, this my categorization is just, I think I've always had it subconsciously.
Okay.
But I think it mostly became a thing in the last maybe 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. There have been people in my life that we met and we just got along and we are figuring it out. And figuring it out is either, okay, we would pursue a romantic thingy or we would attempt to fornicate. Or
attempt.
Please now, I'm a child of God. Or there would be just nothing that would happen. Okay. But I think in the last 2 years, obviously, I've been more in control of people that I let in my space, which is probably why the categorization had to come into place. Because I'm like, okay, like whatever it is we're doing. But there are people that you meet and, you just get along and then you figure out whatever it is along the line. But yeah, men are always trying to sleep with me. Always. And I think for the longest time, I think in different seasons of my life, he bothered me. Mm-hmm. But now, not anymore. Like for some of them, even me, I won't sleep with you. For the others, like I can understand it. Doesn't mean I have to welcome it, and doesn't mean that I have to stick around for it. So, yeah, people be always trying, their best. And one thing I'm also learning is also to communicate that early on. So if I meet someone, there are people that I met on dating platforms or we've met at a party or met on that kind of and we start talking and I'm like, you know what? I don't think you and I can ever become a romantic thing, or I don't think you and I can ever have a sexual thing going on. I think we can only be friends. If you're comfortable with that, fine, sure. If you're not, sorry.
How do most people respond though?
I think that men can handle rejection better than women.
Okay.
Because in romantic context, not in every context, in romantic context, men can handle rejection more than women because they are more used to it than we are. Because again, we are the ones on the receiving end a lot of times. I think they handle it well. They still try their luck from time to time. But there are some that have gotten lucky.
Fair.
There's someone that I've gotten lucky. There's been someone that I never thought anything would happen, and something happened.
Okay.
So yeah.
Why has it become a thing now where you're a bit more like aware or like choosing to be a bit more in control of the people that you have in your space? I would say.
I think that I've been more intentional about curating my life. I'm naturally a carefree person. I've always been. I don't take myself too seriously, and I don't take life too seriously. And it's so funny because, like, ironically, I've had a very serious life. But I think since my mom passed, one of the things that I told myself was that I was going to give myself the best life possible. And so that made certain things, it put certain things in perspective for me. So I promised myself, like, I felt like that was one of the things that was my anchor when she died for me to continue. So I was like, my mom really fought hard for the life that I had, the life that we had. She wanted the best for me at every point in time. She wanted to give me the best. And so I was like, now it's up to me to do that, to honor her, right? So I'm like, I'm going to give myself the best life possible. And whatever that means, like whatever I believe to be the best version of my life, I would go for it. Which was also what instigated my traveling, moving to the UK. Because Nigeria, yeah, I was doing okay, but that wasn't the best I could do. So if people are traveling to other countries and making it better and bigger, and they have a better quality of life, I wanted to find out for myself. I wanted a new life. I wanted a better life. And so my experiences now, I'm curating them. I want better experiences. So when it comes to friendships or relationships, is this the best I can do? If it's not, I owe it to myself to find out if this is the best I can do. And so that helps me with, yes, that's my reason. That's why I've been more intentional, because I've committed to living a better life, because I want to be genuinely happy. Like, I feel like I've experienced so much sadness and so much pain in my life that it only makes sense for me to have as much happiness as possible. And being an adult is realizing that you're the one responsible for your happiness. And so in the ways that I can, I try to create that. I hope that answers your question.
It does.
Okay.
You said that, so this was as a result of your mom passing.
Yes.
Are there other things that changed about you?
Since my mom passed?
Yes.
A lot. Oh my God, a whole lot.